All righty.
Do you need to clap for him?
Yes, I do. Keep that in. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And welcome
You want to do it?
to the dot. So we're gonna do it together then. Okay. With
Tim. I'm Tim.
Tim
And Scott.
So I let you say your own name by yourself.
God,
Kind of wanted the same respect.
Right. This is what happens when I skipped practice.
Rehearsal.
Rehearsal,
You weren't at rehearsal today.
Probably because I called it practice. I looked on my schedule for practice and I didn't see it. So
yeah.
It's
all good.
And today,
what's going on? What's on the docket for today, Tim?
You know how all these podcasts talk about murders and they're huge. They do numbers.
They do numbers. Big
numbers. Not talking little numbers.
We're talking big numbers.
Like
100 million.
times 100.
100 trillion.
Yeah, at least.
100 trillion views.
Honestly, that would be disappointing to some of these people if they only got that many.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a murder story for you. And it is the Meredith Kercher.
Meredith Kercher, you're
Meredith
joking.
Kercher. I believe that's how you pronounce it. That's the thing, too. I might screw up all these names and things.
So let me. I don't know Meredith. I've never met her.
Wait till you.
You'll
never will.
Okay, don't spoil it. So was she from? Let me just get some information out here. I'm guessing she's from Windsor.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Not even close.
That's a curveball. So probably the person that murdered her is from Windsor, Essex.
Nope. Wrong.
Okay.
Wrong. I can't believe you don't know.
I thought maybe a lot of people are from Windsor. That's why
there is a good amount, and a lot of them murder, but not this time.
Yep. So she's not from Windsor. She's not transgendered, so it wasn't a transgender.
Why does that have to come?
A lot of transgender violence out there.
That is true, and I'm happy
that you think is funny.
Yeah, no.
That I don't.
No, I don't.
So she's not transgender.
No, I would never.
Okay,
this isn't funny. I'm not joking about this either. Just so you know, I don't find murder of any gender or sexuality orientation funny.
Unless
not funny.
Unless what though?
Unless
it's like a clown car or something
Sure.
Like a clown killed them or.
Anyway, you ready? Meredith Kercher.
Yeah,
just guess the country at least. Try to guess the country she's from.
Kercher. That sounds Sudani.
No, wrong.
No?
Meredith.
Okay.
The
Ukraine.
The UK. Nice guess, though. Okay.
I almost had that.
So she is from the UK, the United Kingdom.
Okay.
And she got murdered in Italy.
Ooh.
Italy.
Choking on a baguette?
No, that's French, but good try.
Okay.
No, she got her throat slashed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a shoot in wrestling where it's it looks like it, but
okay. Slashed. Okay.
And it wasn't by Slash the guitarist.
No, wrong.
Okay.
Absolutely wrong. Now,
I've never heard of this, so I
know, and just jump in with any questions. I'll be happy to clear them up right away.
So slashed with a gun?
No, wrong again. We'll get to it.
Okay.
It's coming up.
No spoilers, though.
Okay. I feel like our producer, Maddie, is disappointed in our take at murders. She's like, this isn't the murder
You're expecting too much of everybody.
I do that. I do that. Yes.
What? I'm guessing this happened.
I just want everybody to like me and be on my team and in my alliance. But unfortunately for me, I'm betrayed quite often.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
anyway. So I'm guessing this happened, March 2020, right at the start of COVID?
Wrong.
Okay.
Let's play under 2020. Under.
Okay, it's 1905.
Over.
Okay, 1960.
Over.
1980.
Over.
2002.
Over.
2010.
Under.
Wow, this happened in my graduating year of grade school, 2008.
Oh, under.
2006.
Over.
Oh my goodness, this happened in the summer of 06.
No. Wait, stop, dude. Just guess the number.
It might be
I can't keep playing along with your
2007.
bullshit.
2007.
I worked really hard. By that I mean a day of sorts with breaks.
What is it, like May 5th, 07?
No, it happened November 1st, 2007. In a little town I like to call, and others, everybody in the world likes to call, Perugia, Italy.
Okay.
And you have to say...
It's like Little Peru in Italy.
Yeah.
How a lot of places have Little Italy.
Perugia. Like that.
Like Peru, Asia.
Sure, if you want to break it down like that.
She's from the UK, but she's visiting Perugia.
Perugia.
To, get a little of the Peru culture within Italy. Something like that.
Slight. Okay, here's what happens. So she is... all right, so first of all, Perugia, and I didn't know this, a well-known cultural and artistic center. City has 150,000 people. More than a quarter of the population are students from abroad, lots of them, giving it a vibrant social scene. So
That's really
it's
cool.
in the middle of Italy, and she's just like, I want to do a year abroad.
And it's like a college town.
It's a college town. It's picturesque.
Yep.
Hills, lots of hills. Yeah, exactly.
Love pictures of hills.
And then here's the background on Meredith.
So how old is she?
Well, let me tell you. At the time, she was 23.
So she lived a full life.
Well, 22, actually. I got that wrong.
Anyway, well,
she did live a full life.
For
1607.
Yeah.
Full life. But it's 2007.
Right.
Less full.
True.
Yeah.
Maybe she probably did a lot. I'm hoping for her sake.
Well, let me tell you this. She studied European politics. Is that anything? And Italian at the University of Leeds. And she worked as a barmaid.
She made good money.
Yep. It sounds a little demeaning, though, calling somebody a barmaid.
Barmaid. Yeah, it does.
Probably sounds better in a British accent.
I mean, server is a very demeaning term as well, in my opinion.
Well, what do you think it should be?
I don't like
Slave?
waiter, waitress is better, but like
I don't
server.
think they like the gender thing. I don't know. Is that a thing, or do we just call everybody waiters?
Or I think we're trying to get rid of the gender.
Yeah, we want all the genders out of it. So server is what you go with, I think.
Yeah, I know, but doesn't it sound like? Just sounds like you're a servant, like you're basically like a slave.
All right, Scott. Let's get into this really quick here now, because we got to.
So I'm curious. People's throats are getting slit probably every single day. What makes Meredith special?
What? Oh, let me just do this, okay?
No, I'm curious. Please
stop being so stupid. Where you're really we're taking up a lot of time. So far we've gotten the year.
You're like playing good cop, bad cop, but I'm being like
you're
dopey.
You're just being a horrible cop. Like you're not even being a good. Like you're just being a bad, like as in skill wise bad cop. Mm-hmm. You're like, yeah, we've clarified the location, her name, and the year, and we're 10 minutes into the story. We gotta speed things up a little here.
Guess you're in a rush. Okay, go ahead.
I just wanted.
So she's from the UK. She visited Italy.
Yeah.
So what happens? She getting she's at a cockfight or something, and things go awry.
No. Here's what happens. So she arrives for a year of exchange in August of 2007, where she attended the University of
Perugia.
Yeah, Perugia. And then she's murdered November 1st, 2007. So only 3 months abroad. Didn't get the whole year. Cannot give you the university credits for that.
Good one.
Thank you, Scott. And then she's murdered in her apartment.
Was she dressed slutty and asking for it?
Well, you'll never believe this. She was only wearing a blanket when they found her.
Oh.
Yeah.
She went
and blood. Lots
Yikes.
of blood in a blanket. Not your typical dress.
Not your typical dress.
Now let's talk about this apartment really quick. She moved into an apartment on September 10th, so like a month after she arrived, which is odd to me because
were you couch surfing for 2 months?
Yeah, that's what I was asking myself the whole time, and we never get to the bottom of this because something more interesting happened. I would have followed that story. Like, what did you do for the month? But no, she got murdered. So
she was probably living with the murderer.
Yeah,
that's my guess.
Well, we'll find out.
Boyfriend.
So this apartment is located at Via della Pergola 7.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to add in as many Italian things.
Whereabouts on Via delle Sorrente? I know the area really well.
Siete, the house.
Oh,
7. It's 7.
Yeah, I know.
And I Google Maps this.
That's where my mom's from.
Yeah. And it is actually picturesque. It like overlooks a valley. It's like quite a nice house.
Yeah.
And she was in there's 2 apartments in this house. One is like the upper apartment that she was in. And she has 3 roommates in that apartment, all ladies. 2 like older Italian women, like 29. They're lawyers.
Okay.
And a 20-year-old American exchange student, Amanda Knox.
Okay.
Yes.
Now we're talking.
She moved in like 10 days later. But she was in Italy for like, it's like, where were you for the 2 months? What were you doing there? You know?
Yeah.
It's a little odd. I don't know where these people are living. I don't know why I'm so stuck up on that. But.
Amanda Knox.
And then in the other place, there's like 4 Italian guys just hanging out in the other apartment.
Okay, 4 guys. It's like a Three's Company of. Yeah. It's like a Brady Bunch almost of like.
But they're in separate apartments, but they're sharing and they're sharing.
Yeah.
It's all in this one house that overlooks the valley of Perugia.
Sounds like an excellent TV show.
Wow. Yeah. You want to sing the theme song for it?
Yeah.
Go for it.
We're in Italy and I'm on exchange and I'm horny and there's 4 Italian guys below me. I love my life. So happy I'm Meredith. And nothing will go wrong.
That's probably how she felt. So,
okay, so keep going, you know.
Let me tell you a little bit about Amanda Knox really quick.
Okay, I've heard of her.
We're going to need her backstory. So she is 20 at the time she gets there. She's from Seattle. Her mother, Ida Molass.
Ida Molass.
Ida Molass.
Ida my ass?
No, wrong. Molass. I love how this is just me taking things from Wikipedia. I hate how Wikipedia adds in so much information that you don't care about. So I'm just going to read it. Is a mathematics teacher originally from Germany. And Kurt Knox, great name.
Yeah.
That's a really good
Kurt
name.
Knox.
Kurt
That's like
Knox.
a super American name.
Yeah, but it's like a Superman type of name. What? The whole town's on fire. Who are we going to call?
Call Knox. Kurt Knox.
Is the vice president of finance for Macy's.
Wow.
I know, quite.
So
little life they got going in
Seattle.
So
they're doing good.
Upon reading Under the Tuscan Sun, which was given to her by her mother, Amanda's interest in the country increased.
Okay.
Yep, that's what Wikipedia wants us to know.
So Amanda Knox had been to Italy read a book and likes Italy. She's 19, 20 years old, and she says, you know what? I want to go to school in Italy.
And here's the other fun fact about her. She's studying linguistics at the University of Washington. So, you know, it fits. She's going to go over there. She's going to learn Italian.
This adds up.
Linguistics, yeah.
There's probably a Macy's there.
And she was good. She was on the dean's list.
Okay, so she just didn't, get her dad get her there.
And then her relatives described her as outgoing but unwary. And her stepfather had strong reservations about going to Italy that year as he felt she was too naive, which might be the most Monday morning quarterback thing to ever occur. Like if he was just like, well, I don't want to spoil the ending, but essentially I knew Meredith was going to get murdered and Amanda was going to be tied up in it somehow. She was just too immature. She was too immature. I knew something was going to happen.
Yeah.
But that's Wikipedia for you.
I mean, anything could have happened, and then this guy could have had his "I told you so" moment.
Yeah, well,
told you.
I told you.
Got that parking ticket.
Hey, now it's all worked out fine for everybody. I told you, except Meredith. I told you.
Hey, told you.
Told you. All right, here's what happens now. So Meredith and Amanda, they're living together, right? They're in the process of becoming friends. They start doing things around town.
Yeah.
They attend the Euro Chocolate Festival. Delicious.
Ooh.
And on October 25th, they go to a classical music concert. This is 6 days away.
This is 6 days.
6 days from the murder. Okay. And Amanda meets a fellow named Raffaele Sollecito.
He's a good guy.
What? That's how you have to pronounce Italian words that they don't understand. You have to do an overemphasis of everything.
Yeah.
Almost like you're insulting them, or they will not understand a thing you say.
Raffaele.
Nope. They wouldn't. They'd be like, Cosa?
Well, he's named after the Ninja Turtle.
Yeah. So you got to be like this. Raffaele Sollecito. All right.
Sounds like a handsome, good guy.
Well, he's actually a 23-year-old computer science guy.
Nerd.
You know the type. Or is he?
Hopefully he doesn't have a knife.
Well, we'll find out. So they get in this whirlwind romance 6 days before the murder. 6 days. They're kissing.
Meredith does.
No.
Oh, Amanda does.
and this
Amanda
guy.
does. Yeah, okay.
Meredith is off. Like, she went to the concert, but she didn't find love there like Amanda and Raphael.
Yeah, she's like a little more fugly than Amanda.
No, they're actually both quite attractive, which is probably why the news picked up on this.
I mean, attractive people do good in the news.
Yeah, unfortunately, it kind of is
That
bad.
Gabby Patella, she was a looker.
I don't know who that is. Now, let me guess where she's from. Is she from Windsor?
I think she was, yeah.
Oh, actually, okay.
Anyway,
All right.
so Amanda's in love with
She's
Raphael.
kissing. 6 days, they're kissing, they're eating, they're sexing, romancing. And I will say this.
Is it confirmed they had sex?
Very much so, yes. They had a lot of sex in those 6 days.
Is that actually
Lots. True? No, it is true. And I will say this about Italians. As you know, I live there. That's why my accent is so perfect.
Yeah, that's why you are so like irresistible and stuff.
Thank you.
Anyway.
I'm happy you finally noticed. And we'll get into their relationship when we get back. Are you looking for furniture, coffee table, couch, love seat? Well, head to Leon's and find that scumbag Johnny P. He owes Scott some money. Tell him, hey, you better give me $600 off this couch because that's the Scott Gone discount. And if you need a lamp too, just take one with you. And say hi to Billy on the way out. Back to the show. And we're back. Okay, so now Amanda Knox is in this whirlwind 6-day romance.
Yeah.
Before the murder with Raffaele Sollecito.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the thing. That's not uncommon for Italians. They are very Catholic, so they don't do the... They're not clubbing. They're not hooking up like that.
Yeah.
They club, but they're not like sexing all the time. But once they get a sex going, they're all over each other. Like they're like making out on the bus a lot, sitting all over each other on the bus a lot. I saw a lot of them on the bus a lot. Is what I'm getting at. It's like
you took the bus a lot.
I took the bus a lot there, and they were like, "Hey, we're on a 5-minute bus ride. I guess we need to like sit on each other and fondle each other for the next 5 minutes."
Yeah.
They take a lot of opportunities to do that. So this is not surprising to me at all.
So a lot of public displays of affection in
Lots
Italy.
of them. And he bought her some perfume.
6 days in,
6 days in.
That's a pretty
fast.
romantic guy
I mean, next step's a proposal.
at this point.
Yeah. All right, so now here's Meredith's last sighting before she gets murdered.
Okay.
So on November 1st, 2007, it's a public holiday in Italy. When I was there, I took that public holiday and went to Venice. Mm-hmm.
So wait, you weren't there when this happened, right?
No, this was 4 years later.
Okay,
I was there.
checking.
5 years later. But I took the same public holiday that she got murdered on.
That's funny, actually. Yeah. So what is it called?
I don't know. Probably some saint. They take a lot of saints.
St. Anthony Day.
You're like, what?
Yeah.
Who? What did Jesus do this time? Oh, okay. I guess it's a day off. Okay, so now the Italian roommates are all out of town. Same with the 4 guys in the apartment below. And it's just her and Amanda that stayed, right? And then that evening... Oh,
so they're all gone on holiday.
They're probably seeing their families again.
Okay.
Come back.
This is like their Thanksgiving, it sounds like.
Let's say that's what it is. Okay, and then that evening, Meredith had dinner with 3 English women at one of their homes. Like, so she has these English friends because you stick together as a pack when you go to a foreign country.
Yeah.
And then she parted their company around 8:45 p.m., which a bit early. Never ended a night.
So she went to her English friend's house.
And she called it a night then.
At 8:45 p.m. Okay.
Yeah, isn't that a little early?
It is, yeah. But, who knows?
Yeah. And then
maybe she had an appointment with a knife or something,
Yeah, she's like, I got to get home for this big appointment with a knife. All right. Then she walked home, back to her home there. Not too far.
Okay.
And then Amanda is out of the apartment. She's not there. She's with Raffaello. Raffaele. I got the name wrong there. So she spends the night with Raffaele in his apartment.
Okay.
So she's over there. They're kissing. They're watching a movie, having fun. She's supposed to go into work. She works at a local bar. And then but the owner texts her, says, "You're not needed tonight." And she's like, "Sweet." She texts this in Italian. Sweet.
She says, "Bueno."
She says, "Bueno, see you later."
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So I'm not seeing how Meredith is going to get murdered here.
Well,
you know?
just wait. So then she says, "Bueno," and then she spends the rest of the night at Raffaele's.
Yep.
Or does she?
Well,
We need your answer. Time's ticking.
It sounds
Give
like
us your answer.
it sounds like somebody's got to murder Meredith here.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Death is at her door.
Coming.
Who's going to take
Who's
the
gonna
initiative and slit this lady's throat?
I don't know. One of these people is going to have to step up. So this is what happens. According to Amanda now,
Okay.
she returns after having spent the night with Raffaele.
So she's returning the night.
She's been sexed
She's returning
up
the
morning.
November 2nd.
morning, yes. So she arrives at Via della Pergola 7 on the morning of the 2nd of November, finding the front door open. Whoa.
So that it's open, not even unlocked.
Open.
Just open.
Open, like wide open. Anybody could walk in.
Okay.
Wide open.
That's not good.
Not good. And there's drops of blood in the bathroom sink.
Okay, so Amanda comes in. She's thinking, okay, door's open. I guess Meredith's been farting a lot and stuff, like trying to air it out. You know, she's in it. She's in Italy. She's not making a big deal. They're new friends.
Yeah, it's new food. Her body's trying to get
New,
used to.
like
So,
you don't want to judge somebody.
yeah.
So she says, "Oh, I'm gonna go. I gotta go to the bathroom."
There's blood in the
And it
sink.
looks like it looks like Meredith had her period all over the sink here.
That's commonplace. The British culture,
That's
you blood in the sink. Yes. So she doesn't think much of it. She thinks, no, she doesn't think much. She's like, whatever, some blood in the sink.
Just
So
some-
she takes a shower.
okay.
So she's taking a shower in this bathroom that she shares with Meredith that has blood in the sink. And then she gets out of the shower, sees a bloody footprint on the bath mat. Now the alarm
She's
bells.
thinking, okay,
Whoa, what's going
Meredith did some like hand foot painting or something. You know how these people do body painting and stuff.
Exactly.
That's where my mind would be.
on? Yeah, but except that's not where her mind was. Now she's getting worried. Now she feels
That's
like
just a worry ward in my
Yeah.
opinion, but okay.
it's only a little blood. All right. And she started looking around. She's looking around the place. And what does she find in the other bathroom that's shared by the other two? A toilet full of feces. That means poop.
Okay, yep, thank you.
Okay. You didn't react to that.
I was
so didn't
thinking that
know.
meant like a severed head or something at
No,
first. So it's
no,
like-
just shit. A bunch of shit in the toilet, which is probably where you would put
that's
it.
probably like Italian, like you save on water. You don't want to
Yeah,
flush.
right.
Like here in North America, it's like yellow, let it mellow. There, it's like brown, keep it around. Because you don't want to just like flush
man.
all the time.
I was like, how is he going to figure out? And then you pulled through. I was like, how is he going to rhyme this and make it make sense? Wow. Good for
That's
you.
what I would be thinking. I'd be thinking like Meredith
Well,
had a
that's
good
not,
night.
That's not what she thought. She's
body
like, gross.
painting.
That's weird. And then she goes to check Meredith's bedroom. Locked.
Interesting.
She's knocking. Meredith.
Front door wide open, bedroom locked.
Meredith. And she's getting worried. Meredith. No answer.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
She's in a deep sleep here.
Yeah, so she gets a little freaked out. She calls Raffaele, and she goes over to his house. They return back together. So now Raffaele's here. And then, for some reason, Wikipedia says...
They stop for lunch.
no, they returned. And then they notice a broken window in the one Italian lady's bedroom. And alarmed that Meredith did not answer her door. And then this computer nerd unsuccessfully tried to force the door open.
That's so sad.
I know. Poor
I feel
guy.
like in that situation I could knock down a door. You know, no matter what. Because like this Raphael, he's probably like a fucking weakling at this point. Think you're trying to knock down a bedroom door. This ain't the front door here
Right,
with like
yeah.
reinforcement. This is, a
Wow,
shitty.
you don't know. It's an old building. They build strong over there.
I
They have
guess
like
so.
deadbolt locks on everything.
But I mean, this guy couldn't find like a hammer. Like anything could like knock a door down. Like,
Well, Italians are quite dainty. Actually, I'm pretty much. People considered me an athletic alpha male there. Just so you know, the temperament of the country.
yeah.
They're like, whoa, you're athletic.
Whoa, did you play
Whoa.
football?
Yeah, that's what they were saying. No, seriously.
I kind
I
of
got
believe
complimented
that.
quite a bit on my athletic stature. And
That's
that's
hilarious.
with my bad posture. I wasn't even walking straight up.
That's
I was just walking around. I bought a pair of skinny jeans for myself with the button fly, and like I had this button-up shirt that the buttons like pulled a little bit and let them know I'm ripped.
yeah.
I was a good-looking Italian boy,
That's actually a trip.
and people thought I was German, but that's okay. I saved all those clothes. If you'd like me to try them on one day,
Well, I'd have to. Yeah, if you want to model it for me,
I can
I'm
show you
down.
what
Yeah.
it looked like. And I got back here, and I was like, well, I'll just keep wearing these clothes. They're from Italy. I look great in them. Boy, was I wrong for here. They were a little tight for here.
Yeah.
Perfect for Italy, though. It took me a while to get out of that skinny jean phase after coming back, because I was like, well, the Italians can't be wrong. Okay. So now they call the police, right? They can't.
Finally, after
fucking
like.
guy, yeah.
Amanda should have called the police like before getting Raphael.
Well, the police
First of all.
received the phone call, and then they called the lady whose apartment got broken into. She comes back. So this lady's rummaging around, inadvertently disturbs the crime scene. On discovering that 2 phones of Meredith's typically carried with her were found in the nearby garden. Mm-hmm.
2 phones.
2 of her phones.
Okay.
So she became concerned and requested the police force the door open. They're like, nah, we can't, which is odd. So then
how laid back are these police?
They're like,
nah, you know, a lot of people do body painting around here, so it's not unheard of.
No,
that
it's all. We're in Italy.
you know,
Allora.
blood in the sink, it probably a period, blood on the floor, her footprint,
Allora.
probably the body painting, and
They
she
go like
had a
this.
big night. She's sleeping in there. I can't wake up.
Aspetta.
Hey.
They do that sort of stuff.
Hey.
Allora, it always seems like they're making great points.
Yeah.
So then they couldn't do it. And then she's like, hey,
So the police.
she gets her friend, another guy, to come and knock the door open. Embarrassing for Raffaele.
Definitely.
That's humiliating.
Especially, he's already bought her perfume.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
he's
like-
basically like a bitch.
Actually, it
you
says
know?
here she gave him back the perfume after that.
No way.
No,
That would be
fuck.
crazy.
Okay, so they smash this door open, and then the body is found inside, lying on the floor, covered by a duvet.
A duvet.
A duvet.
That's the blanket.
Yep.
That's okay. So now we
Now we
confirmed
have
there's
a dead body. Yes. Okay.
Why the hell would the police not break the door down?
Oh, that was from Wikipedia, but that was mentioned nowhere else. I just thought it was funny that they refused.
It's like I feel like I could be a policeman in Italy. at
You
this
just do
point.
nothing.
It's like whoa.
We'll find out later. You
there's,
knock it down
there's
yourself.
probably something in there, but if I don't see it, it didn't happen.
And I can go on my break.
Hey, I gotta go get a cappuccino.
Yeah. Espresso. Ugh. All right. So now the first detectives arrive on the scene, right? And they start conducting interviews,
Yep.
and they're starting to quiz Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, what?
Well, she
going
is
on?
there studying abroad, so she's got to be used to getting quizzed.
Yeah. Good work, Scott. And they're like, hey, why didn't you call us earlier? Why didn't you raise the alarm? And then they're like, wow, this lady's acting weird,
Yeah,
'Cause she's
but like
all
her
weird.
stepdad said,
She's weary.
she's what was it? How was she described? Unweary.
Yes. She's too naive, outgoing, but unwary.
Unweary.
Unwary?
I don't even know what that means, but I can infer what it means.
Infer away.
Basically, she's.
Aloof?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. I feel like weary and unweary mean the same thing. So that's why I don't really know which way to go with this.
Fair enough. So she's kissing Raffaele still. She's hugging him. She's doing cartwheels. She's like having fun outside the house.
Is that actually true?
That's true.
So she's.
She's not acting like somebody whose roommate got murdered. So they're like, what's with this lady?
I'm
starting to suspect her.
But you know what?
I'm on
She
the
hasn't
scene.
known Meredith that long.
But, well, you think it would be shocking to you, though.
Yeah, I would definitely be surprised.
You'd be like, wow, my roommate just got murdered
Yeah,
by not Amanda. So they start to suspect her. Like,
yeah. There's something to suspect.
there's something to suspect. Or is there? We don't know yet. We don't know.
I guess it is suspicious he's doing cartwheels and stuff.
Yeah, and then the police started looking at the signs of the break-in. They're like, this is a faked break-in. This break-in's faked.
Well, the one thing, too, is so her bedroom door is locked from the inside.
Right. and another window's kicked in, and the front door is open.
Yeah. So, but then how does the bedroom door stay locked from the inside? Like, is
I
there
think they have
another
auto
exit?
lockers? So now, they're like, hey, this, and they're like, this window breaking seems like it was faked. Seems like somebody just faked it, right?
Yep.
So then at the crime scene, everyone's like, "Ooh, Amanda's acting weird. She's kissing her boyfriend. She's doing cartwheels. This thing's, faked break-in. Probably somebody from the inside." And then over the following days, they start interviewing her, right?
Yep.
And it says here, ostensibly, I don't know what that means, as someone who might become a witness.
But she's actually a suspect.
Yeah, so she's just going in and getting interviewed in Italian too.
Yeah.
That's why you don't learn Italian.
Yeah.
You should never talk to the
That's
police.
actually a huge benefit.
I can't talk to you. I don't know.
Hey, that's a big benefit of just speaking one language.
Yeah.
You travel anywhere. You're
can't
involved in a
give
murder, or
to
you
the
may or may
police.
not killed somebody. You
Yeah.
just say, "Hey, I don't speak your language."
And then, so her alibi to the police is basically what I told you.
Getting railed by Raphael all night.
Raffaele.
Yeah.
And then the owner, Lumumba, that's the owner's name. I like that name.
Lumumba.
Lumumba texts her, right? And then the text saying, "No, you need to you don't need to come into work." She's like, "Sweet," hangs out with her boyfriend. She texts him back, "Sweet, see you later." And then, but now on November 5th, Raffaele's called into the police station to be interviewed.
Okay.
And she goes with him just for because she's alone in the city.
Just for like a date.
No, she's alone in the city, and there's a murderer on the loose who just murdered her roommate. So she's a little scared. She's just like, "Okay, I'll just come with you. I don't want to be alone."
Yeah.
Understandable, I think.
Yeah.
We can admit that.
I'm seeing her side
So,
here.
but now, unfortunately, the police start breaking her down. They're questioning him. Then they tell her that he's turned on her. And then they ask to see her phone, and they're just railing her with questions after questions here.
Okay.
And then so they see her phone, they see this text, and then they're like, "Look, you said you see him later in the text," because they translated it directly from Italian. But she's new to Italian. That's why we don't speak Italian.
Yeah.
And then so they're like, "Hey, no, you were with him. You were with him." And then they just keep doing this to her, and they just keep after hours,
her boss
and
at the
hours.
bar.
Yeah, after hours, but the police are just like grinding her for hours and hours and hours, thinking she's acting weird. She keeps telling them the story, and they're like, "No, you did this. Look, you were with them." And they're like hitting her. They like hit her. It says they hit her.
Really?
Yep. And then they just hit her.
This was 07. Like,
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
Nope.
Like, do it while you can. Like,
Yeah. So
plus she's American. Like, people won't even believe her if she tells them that.
then eventually she says to the police, Lumumba did it. That's
She did.
Yeah, she had like a vision, she says. She had a vision that he did it. Because they were just grinding her down.
Yeah.
So
And
now
then-
the police are like, "Great." And they arrest Amanda, Raffaele, and Lumumba. Okay?
Yep. Okay.
But then, luckily, Lumumba serving drinks all night. People,
He's
saw
got an
him.
alibi.
Lots of alibis. So he's good.
Her that so Raven vision didn't pan out.
No. So
That's
it just
so
seems,
Amanda.
Yeah, so that charges are dropped against Lumumba, but now they're like, "Well, why'd you lie about that? It obviously wasn't Lumumba."
Yeah.
So
And then she says, "I had a vision."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically. And then this is actually what she said. So she later said that she had spent hours maintaining her original story, that she had been with Raffaele at his flat all night and no knowledge of the murder, but a group of police would not believe her. She said, "I wasn't just stressed and pressured, I was manipulated." All right. She went on to say, being told by the interpreter that she probably doesn't remember because she's traumatized by the events, so she should try to remember something else. They said that they were convinced that I was protecting someone. They were saying, "Who is it? Who is it?" They were saying, "Here's the message on your phone. You wanted to meet up with him. You are a stupid liar." All right. And then the policewoman that was talking to her was saying, come on, remember, and then slap. That's where the slap came.
Yikes.
Come on, slap. Another slap.
It's like the slap shop over here.
And then under, yep, she's like, "Hey, wait, after all this is done, I got a great idea for a kitchen device." That's what she said. And then under,
You guys hungry?
Yeah. Let's get through this murder trial quickly because I gotta make some money. Under pressure, she said, she falsely stated that she had been home when Meredith was killed and that she thought the murderer was Lumumba.
Yeah, this was like they were on the time of ShamWow too, so
Yeah.
she's probably cleaning it up
Yeah.
with that.
Exactly. Okay, and now that we know that, let's go to the crime scene. Okay?
Yep.
So these fingerprints belong to a guy that they recently arrested on a train headed to Germany for not having a ticket. He didn't have a ticket on the train.
Oh, but he still got on, and
Yeah, so they arrested him. Who is like a known burglar. And his name is Rudy Gued. You know him?
I've met him. Yeah.
Yeah, so Rudy Gued. Now, let me tell you about this guy. Age?
Well, I think he's around 32,
No,
right?
wrong. 20.
Okay.
Did you even study? He's originally from the Ivory Coast. Gued was raised with the help of his school teachers, a local priest, and others. And his father ended up returning to the Ivory Coast in 2004. Okay, and then at the age of 17, he was adopted by a wealthy Peruvian family. And then in mid-2007, they kicked him out of the house because he was stealing shit from them. So like, get out of here.
Yikes.
We adopt you for 6 months? Yeah. Yeah.
This guy's got like an Orphan Annie sort of origin.
So
except
now
he
he's
kind of
living-
fucked it all up.
He's living on the streets. He starts selling drugs. He starts burgling things. He's doing drugs. He likes to play basketball, though. He spends evenings at the court there. And then at the court, guys there who happen to live below Meredith and Amanda.
Okay, the four
So they-
fellas.
yeah, and then actually, before Raphael even entered the picture, Amanda and Meredith meet this Rudy guy. Like when they returned home
They
from,
met,
They
so-
returned home from clubbing one night. He was hanging out outside smoking or something.
With the four
Italian-
fellas.
Yeah, so they talk and they have some fun and they, nothing happens, but they like just, spend like the rest of the evening with them. They leave at 4:30 a.m.
Ooh.
Yep.
But for Italy, that's like normal. Mm-hmm.
So, and then this Gued guy was committing break-ins, including one of a lawyer's office where he like broke in through a window. And then he like held the knife to this lawyer guy who was in there.
This guy loves breaking windows
Yeah.
and holding knives.
And then on the 27th of October, 5 days to the murder, one day after Raffaele and Amanda meet each other, he is arrested in Milan for breaking into a nursery school.
Which is Spain or what?
No, Milano.
That's
No,
in
it's-
Italy? Or?
Yeah. Did I say it right? Yeah.
Okay.
It's the fashion capital of the world.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yes. Okay, now you got
Now
it.
I
Yeah.
know that area very well,
Yes.
actually.
Okay, so now and then he held a knife to these people. He took a knife from the school kitchen, held it to somebody. But anyway, so after his fingerprints are found at the crime scene, he's extradited from Germany back to Italy, and he's having a Skype conversation with a friend, I guess. Somebody gets internet access, I don't know. And he says, Amanda had nothing to do with this, but I understand I'm a suspect in this case.
He's like Skyping with a buddy of
Just
his.
a bud.
Yeah.
So now the prosecution thinks he did it. Amanda did it.
It's like Amanda and Raffaele can't catch a break here.
Amanda Knox is a sex-crazed maniac and was having a satanic sex orgy with Rudy and her boyfriend that
Well,
night.
she is from
Yeah.
Seattle.
That's true. They're
Like
a little,
grunge and everything. Like
yeah. So Meredith came home from the dinner, and they said, "Hey, you want to join us? We're about to
like suck and fuck each other.
yeah, me, my computer nerd boyfriend who's had sex with
Couldn't
one other
possibly break
woman.
down a door to save a life.
yeah,
Couldn't do it.
and then Rudy, this fucking burglar drug addict guy.
Yeah.
We're all gonna fuck."
We're all gonna suck and fuck each other.
And then Meredith.
How about you?
Then they say Meredith was like, "Ha! No, you slut, you dirty slut." And then
Yep.
Amanda went like this. Oh, murder her. And then they beat the shit out of her, raped her, and then Amanda stabbed her.
Not even Rudy stabbing her.
No,
Amanda.
He did the raping. That's why semen was in Meredith, and Amanda did the stabbing.
So his semen was found in her.
I believe so, yeah.
That's tricky.
Or it may not be, actually. I may have heard something else. But we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
You know, if you're looking for a job, try the Italian police force. And trust me, I know you think you're not qualified, Tim, but you are. You don't have to break down doors. You're a compulsive liar as it is, so you can tell people they got HIV. You can tell them that, they got cancer if you want, because I know you just love to lie. You're a big liar, pants on fire. So, hey, I just want to suggest send your resume to the Italian police force and let them know that Tim and Scott sent you, and you'll probably get a job.
Do you enjoy comedy? Well, do we have a show for you? Craftheads Brewery, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Come on down and see Tim and Scott. Tell Tim and Scott sent you, and we might buy you a drink, depending on if Scott's there with money on his hands. He works a cash job, so you never know. But anyway, back to the show.
And we're back. So Tim,
Scott.
So they think Rudy Giuliani.
No,
different Rudy.
Yeah.
Rudy from the movie
Rudy.
It's anyway. So they think right now they're thinking.
How did that stump you? I like how you're going ridiculous, and I just sang a song called Rudy, and you're like, "Oh my god, I don't know what to do now."
I was stumped. Not gonna lie.
You could have just kept going with your naming other Rudies. I thought that.
There's only like the two though. That's the thing.
Oh, okay. So I topped you. You didn't have another one.
Yeah.
That threw you off. Okay, yeah. So Rudy, Amanda, and Raffaele.
To be honest, I think Rudy did it.
Well,
but you go on.
All right. So now the police think and the prosecutor thinks, okay, this is a crazy satanic,
obviously crazy satanic sex thing that Meredith didn't want to be a part of.
And then they're like, well, why do you think that? And the prosecutor guy's like, well, look at her MySpace name, Foxy Knoxy. And then Amanda's like, that was my high school nickname on my soccer team. And then they're like, we know.
That's actually kind of like the police are like definitely connecting a little too much there.
Yeah. They're like, no. It shows you, as we all know, high school nicknames are true. Like, there's no humor to them at all. They're absolutely true.
Yeah.
You want to know my high school nickname?
Probably like Tim Rayburn. Like I can't imagine it was something crazy.
That was so insulting.
I mean, I honestly don't think he had a nickname.
Oh, fuck you. No, I can't even talk. I had a joke.
What was it, Slim Tim?
I know. I had just a joke.
Backpack Tim.
I was going to say always satisfies the ladies.
There's that Tim. He's always in a backpack. There's Tim with his backpack again.
I don't know, Tim Rayburn.
There you go. Tim always gets his homework done, Rayburn. Fucking classic.
Don't mess with that guy.
Hey, don't mess with him. He'll do your homework for you.
As you know, they're always accurate, these high school nicknames.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Okay, and then also they do this. So they arrest them all, right? So she's in jail, and they lie to her. They tell her she's HIV positive. So they, in her journal.
Really?
Yeah. In her jail journal, she's writing like.
The Italy police, they don't mess around. They're like, I'll slap the shit out of you, and guess what? You got AIDS.
So she's.
Hey, enjoy jail. But you know what? You think there's a dead body behind that bedroom door? Nah, I don't think we can open that. Nah. But tell you what, I'll slap the shit out of you and fucking you got Hep C. How about that?
Why is you went with a worse one or you went with a better one? Anyway,
so she's got HIV.
They lie to her, so she starts trying to figure out where she got HIV from in her journal.
So she's thinking, okay, Raphael.
She's just writing guys' names down. So she has a list of 7 guys. She's 20. Like it's not.
So while she's been in Italy, she's already slept around with 7.
No, I mean like she slept with a few other guys before. I'm sure.
Okay.
You know, she had some fun.
And it's not the late stages. It's like she's.
So but the point is this. So she has a list of guys she's banged, 7 deep.
Yeah.
And then that gets leaked to the press somehow.
Okay.
So they're like, look at Foxy Knoxy.
Look at this slut.
Yeah, they're like, look at this slut. She's clearly a satanic sex ritual woman.
Yeah.
Her
I feel
Raphael,
like
the computer name, who can't even kick open a door.
Like, I feel like the Italians, too, like, everything gets lost in translation because here it's like Foxy. You know, it does mean, like, sexy and stuff, but it's not really, like, that scandalous or shit.
It's not like she's called, like 2 dicks Amanda.
Yeah, like slutty or trampy Knoxy.
That's
a little different, you know. Yeah. Foxy Knoxy's like, I'm a little cute.
Yeah, and it's only 7 guys long, the list. It's like the same amount of guys you've slept with.
Yeah, last night.
That was a joke I wrote. It got 0 laughs. So anyway.
So her journal gets leaked to the paper.
Leaked to the press. And then also they found out the next day after the murder had occurred. So she's locked out of her apartment, right? So she goes to buy underwear with Raffaele because she has no clothes. So they're like, look, she's buying scantily clad underwear.
Yeah.
A sex maniac.
She's like, day after her murder, she's like, I need a thong.
Yeah, basically. It's a little odd.
Like, what am I going to wear to the beach?
Yeah, so she's doing that. So they're like, oh, obviously this cartwheeling fucking satanic underwear buying 7 dudes fucking woman.
Probably boiling flowers or something for some witchy shit.
Obviously murdered this lady.
Yeah.
So now the police are like, okay, cool, we got them. Now let's look for more evidence to really hammer this case home. So they go to Raffaele's apartment. And they look for the knife that they murdered him with. They're like, oh, this one looks probably good. Let's take it for evidence. So they take it for evidence. Okay, that's good. They're going to do some DNA testing on that. And guess where they found the knife?
In the drawer?
In the drawer. The kitchen drawer, yes.
Yeah, really?
Where you would put your murder weapon, of course. So they sent that out for forensic.
That's where I keep my, knives that I slit people's throats with in the drawer because it doesn't look that suspicious.
Right. It's with the other knives.
It's with the other knives. It's with the butter knives.
Arms, killing an animal.
Yeah.
Food. Yes, exactly. And
except I have written on it Scott's murder knife.
Yeah,
which
you
is
it would be a little disgusting to eat food.
You don't want to cut your steak with that.
Yeah, you're just like, this is my murder knife. I better keep them.
That might have been how she got HIV.
Exactly. So, and then they also find on the floor in Meredith's bedroom a bra clasp.
So what is that actually?
Like the thing that we can't open with just one hand, that I need 2 hands to open.
Just like the back of the bra?
Yeah, it's been ripped off and on the floor.
Oh, okay.
So they're like, hey, look at this. We didn't find this before.
I guess they just found like a piece of broken clothing.
Mm-hmm. So they found this bra clasp, the murder weapon, and a bunch of other...
In Amanda's room.
No, in Meredith's room.
Oh, okay, Meredith's room.
So this bra clasp, the knife from Raffaele's apartment, and a bunch of other stuff they send out for DNA testing. Mm-hmm.
So they went on the Maury show.
Well, no, you can get it done other places.
Oh, okay.
But a show like that, let's say.
Yeah, the Italian
Maury.
Yeah,
Senator Maury. Maury, please.
Hey, that's the Maury. Nice.
Yes, anyway. So they send that out, and guess what's on this knife? Okay.
Butter. If I had to guess. It's in a drawer.
No, wrong. So on the handle, Amanda's DNA. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm not too shocked yet because, she spent some days there. She could have used a knife to cut food.
Or have sex with Raffaele.
Or, some kinky sex that they have, that you need a knife.
And wait, on the blade... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Meredith's DNA. Not good. Not good.
Look good on the resume. Let's just say that.
Would keep that off.
Keep that one
I know they say not to lie. Lie about that.
Hey, just don't bring it up.
And then on the bra clasp, Raffaele's DNA. Uh-oh. Guess who's placed in the room now?
It sounds like Raffaele.
And then in about 138 other locations, there is Rudy's DNA.
Okay.
Yeah, all over the fucking place.
So to be with Amanda and Raphael's DNA, I feel like that's not really even that suspicious. The Meredith's blood on the knife. Hey,
it wasn't blood. It's just DNA.
Okay. Still, I mean,
there's no blood on the knife. There's just DNA.
I guess I washed it. Can you wash, say if you stab somebody,
well,
then you use Dawn soap, the one that's gets oil off of the animals and stuff.
Yeah. That's what
Would that get the
Try
DNA
finding that
off?
in Italy though. But yeah, I think so because then they're like, well, it's the reason there's no more of Amanda or Raffaele's DNA in the room is because they cleaned it up. So they're like, oh, look at that blood splatter. That's mine. They clean that up.
Okay.
So they cleaned around all the other DNA. That's what they said.
But then when they saw Rudy's DNA,
they're like,
let's keep that.
That's
Rudy's DNA.
You know how you can tell.
That's
definitely Rudy's.
That's not my DNA.
So that was their explanation for that.
Okay, fair enough.
They said that obviously if Amanda's the one with the murder weapon, you'd think her DNA would be in the room as well. You know,
Yeah.
she's holding the knife. Her DNA's on the knife that was used, right?
Yeah.
So how did she remove her DNA from the room? Dawn soap, cleaned it up. Okay, so now they're all going to trial, right? Rudy, smart guy that he is, or his lawyer, you get a fun choice in Italy, I guess. You can pick a fast pass trial or a slow pass trial.
It's like an amusement park.
Yeah, and the fast pass has the benefit of being 1/3 less times. Whatever sentence you're given, say if you're given 30 years, you get 20 years because you did fast pass.
Really?
It's like a nice deal.
You get a third off.
Yeah, third off. So Rudy,
So it's basically like they just kind of like just go through the trial as quick as possible, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, you probably did it."
yeah,
But
basically.
because like we're not really gonna think about it, you're just getting 20.
Yeah, it's like that. So what happens is Rudy and his lawyer decide to do fast pass, so they separate themselves from Amanda and Raffaele because they're afraid that they're just going to blame him.
Which
And-
right now I would have, you know.
Right. So they separate themselves from it so they don't all get tried together. So he gets a fast pass trial.
But
Right.
Amanda's going the slow route. She doesn't buy the fast pass.
Nope. She's like, I'll take it slow.
I'll
And
t-
this whole time she's in jail, by the way. They're in jail. They're not bonded out or anything.
Okay.
So they're afraid they'll team up on him. So his trial is first, which is great because only his narrative is heard at this
Like,
trial.
I feel like people aren't getting murdered that much in Italy if this is like such a big deal over there.
Well, I think because Amanda is so sexy.
Was she like crazy sexy?
I thought she was very good looking. And Meredith is also a good looking lady.
Okay, so maybe the sex appeal of this murder.
Well,
like,
definitely. And the Foxy Noxy,
it's like if Beyonce
HIV.
murdered Rihanna.
Yeah, let's say that. So, okay, so he goes, he tells the court, so this is him at trial now. He's fast passed. There's no reporters in this session either. He tells the court he had gone to Via della Pergola Siete on the date arranged with Meredith.
He went on a
meeting-
date with Meredith?
That's what he's saying. It's saying he showed up to the house because Meredith invited him that night.
Okay. Oh.
After he met her the previous evening at a club. So, but however, 2 other foreign female students who went to the club with this Rudy fella
Yeah.
say he never met her at the club that night. They only saw him with a woman with blonde hair.
Okay.
And then Rudy said that Meredith had let him into the house around 9 p.m. And one of the lawyers was like, "You sure?" Because there was glass fragment from the window found beside a shoe print of Rudy's at the scene of the crime. Like, so from the break-in, there's like a piece of glass next to a footprint. So they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I don't. Yeah, but that couldn't that have happened at any time?
Oh, whose side are you on, Scott?
Well, I just want Rudy to have a fair trial. Like,
Okay, but they're saying it's a little suspicious. Well, why would there be a glass fragment next to your footprint in the garden?
in the garden,
In the garden.
and that's where her cell phones are found.
Yep.
Her American cell phone and her Italian cell phone.
Well, she's from the UK, so probably the other way. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, so then this Rudy guy says that Meredith, like when she invited him, they kissed and they touched, but they didn't have sexual intercourse because they did not have condoms readily available. He claimed that he then developed stomach pains and crossed to the bathroom to take a big shit.
Hence why the toilet
was filled with shit.
feces.
Right.
But he didn't flush because
And then-
Brown keep it around.
Yeah. So during his shit, his feces outpouring, he heard Meredith scream while he was taking a shit, and he couldn't run there quickly because he needed to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny actually.
Yeah. And then but when he finally got out of the bathroom, he saw a shadowy figure holding a knife standing over her as she lay bleeding on the floor. So this whole time she's getting murdered. He's like, "I'm coming.
Just wait 1 sec.
Just give me 1 sec here."
Actually, where's the toilet paper, sweetheart?
Yeah, you're out.
Yeah, I don't use a bidet.
Hey, it's gross.
Wow. So then, and that's like a classic, murder description, a shadowy figure.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you look like? You know what?
Shadowy knife.
Shadowy. Like, kind of looked like
A murderer.
a murderer. Just like a scary guy.
Shadowy, lurking.
But he's from
He
Italy,
lurked.
so it was just a black guy, but he's from Italy,
he's
so
well
he's like,
dressed.
I'm not used to this. He was like a shadowy fella.
Yeah. So here's actually what this Rudy guy claims the man then said in perfect Italian, "Travotto negro, travotto colpevole, andiamo." Now that translates to found black man, found culprit, let's go.
Found black man. So he was a black man.
So Rudy's a black man. So Rudy's saying that the guy murdered him. And then Rudy comes out of the bathroom taking a shit, and the guy who murdered him is like, fucking perfect, a black guy's here.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're going to get accused of this. I didn't even plan for this.
Yeah, he's like, whoa, what a perfect murder.
What a lucky thing. Okay.
That guy is lucky. He basically is getting Rudy to take the blame.
Right. But however, the court found that his versions of events did not match the scientific evidence, and he could not explain why one of his palm prints stained in Meredith's blood had been found on the pillow of the single bed under the disrobed body. Okay? Rudy said that he had left Meredith fully dressed as well, but she was naked. He was found guilty in October of 2008 of murder and sexual assault and sentenced to 30 years imprisonment. The judge acquitted Rudy of the theft, though. So,
hey,
that's good.
That's good. Hey, you actually didn't steal anything, bud.
So that's good.
That's good.
So we're only going to give you 30 years in prison.
I mean, this Rudy guy definitely did it because he didn't call the police. You know, he saw someone get murdered.
Yeah.
And he's thinking, you know what? I ain't even going to flush. I ain't even going to call the police. I'm just going to leave. And you know what? Everybody, let's just forget this ever happened.
I'm just going to get on a train. I'll go to Germany.
I'm not buying a ticket, though.
Yeah. Fuck that.
I mean, he must have did it because he probably didn't buy a ticket because he got arrested for this after the ticket thing.
Yeah, that's how they arrested him. They didn't have a ticket, so he got brought into a police station.
Yeah, so he probably didn't want to buy a ticket because then
they just pay cash in Europe. They pay cash a lot more.
Okay, but
he didn't have money to buy a ticket most likely. But like, imagine if he bought a ticket, he'd be scot free on the lam.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
unless they matched. They arrested him before in the city though. They may have been able to track him down. But he could have just gone back to the Ivory Coast and been like, yeah, I fit in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so here's what happens though. So they find this guy guilty, but the prosecution concludes that he did it with other people. And he starts changing his story, saying that he saw Amanda there as well. He said he saw Amanda's silhouette in the garden. He's seeing a lot of silhouettes, this guy.
Yeah, this guy sees a lot of shadowy figures.
Lurking fellas. Okay, so now Rudy's in jail. And then now Amanda and Raffaele are held in prison the whole time. And then about a year and a few months later, they get to their trial, the slow pass trial.
Wow.
Yep, long line. Amanda and Raffaele plead not guilty. But according to the prosecution, Knox had attacked Meredith in her bedroom, repeatedly banged her head against the wall, forcefully held her face, and tried to strangle her. And then they suggested that Amanda had taunted Meredith and had said, "You acted the goody-goody so much. Now we are going to show you." This is just from Wikipedia, so I don't know if this is true. "Now you're going to be forced to have sex." So the prosecution somehow got this on tape, but they didn't really. They're just saying she said this. And they hypothesized that all three of them had removed Meredith's jeans and held her on her hands and knees while Rudy sexually abused her. And then that Amanda had cut Meredith with a knife before inflicting the fatal stab wound. And that she had then stolen Meredith's mobile phones and money to fake a burglary.
I see.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And just hid the phones in the garden.
Yep. So then on December 5th, so the trial started January
This
16th.
is like December 5th, 2008.
Oh, this is actually 2009. So 2 years later, 2 years later, they're convicted. Apparently these trials take a while. They meet like once a week. It's very Italian of them.
Yeah.
We'll get back. I got to go to lunch.
Yeah, it's like the police officers at the door where it's like, we're busy today.
Yeah, that's how it is. It's like, we're just going to randomly close today. Nah.
Let's have a picnic.
Did you go to the post office and grab the stamp you need to go to trial? That's like an inside thing because like I had to go to the post office like for everything. You have to, for some reason.
Yeah.
To get something. They always have an extra step involved in whatever. Like that's why like this investigation was bungled.
Yeah, sounds bungled.
Because Italians
They bungle it up.
They're not good at organization. I'm just saying. Just saying.
It's a stereotype, but yeah.
It's correct. According to this.
Yeah.
I didn't say it. They said it. All right. So now they're convicted of murder 2 years later, and they're sentenced to 26 and 25 years.
Really?
Peace, yeah. Amanda gets 26. Raffaele, 25.
Wow. So
long time.
Are they in jail?
Yeah. They're in jail, and then they appeal it.
Oh.
November 2010, the appeal process starts.
3 years later.
3 years later, a court-ordered review of the contested DNA evidence by independent experts noted numerous basic errors in the gathering and analysis of the evidence, included that no evidential trace of Meredith's DNA had been found on the alleged murder weapon. So what happened, although the review confirmed the DNA fragments on the bra clasp included some of Raffaele's, an expert testified that the context strongly suggested contamination. The lab tested everything in the same place. So they took all the DNA evidences together. So it's pretty easy to cross-contaminate things if they're all doing it together.
Yeah.
And the lab was like, well, we can't just close the lab to like seal off everything.
Yeah.
We're trying to run a business here, and we're only working a day a week. Like, how are we supposed to make our money? This is Italy.
Hey, we got to have a siesta coming up.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Let's get it done. Okay. So that's what happened, I guess, allegedly.
And
so Meredith's DNA was on the murder weapon because it got contaminated.
Yeah.
And then this guy's DNA was on the bra clasp because it got cross-contaminated. There was also 2 other DNA traces on that bra clasp as well from males.
Okay.
So, it's a little suspicious.
People have been taking that bra off.
And that was the only evidence found in the room that put Raffaele in the room. And there was nothing found of Amanda's in the room.
Huh.
So in October 3rd, 2011, so we're getting pretty close, 4 years later, Amanda and Raffaele are acquitted. But anyway, so they're acquitted. And then now Amanda's like, bye. I'm out of here, Italy. Get me back to Seattle now.
I'd be down to leave Italy after that.
So she gets out there, but then the prosecution is like, well, let's just appeal this appeal.
Okay.
So they double appealed. They're like, But she's back in Seattle, so she's like, I'm not coming back there for this.
Okay.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Nutcases. And then in 2015, so they appeal the appeal. They appeal.
Yeah.
They appeal the appeal to the appeal. And it goes all the way to the Supreme Court of Italy, and then they conclude they're both innocent. So they get their lives back. 8 years later, after the trial.
Wow.
And you'll never believe this, Raffaele and Amanda.
Married with kids?
No. Incorrect. But good news, Amanda did get married. She's married to a person. She has a podcast now. But
does she?
Good, just like us.
Wow. Let's do a swap cast.
Yeah, I'm sure hers is a lot bigger than ours. And then there's one other thing. Oh,
the Foxy
her family is bankrupt from trying to defend her from all the legal fees in Italy.
Hey.
And that
is
the story.
That is a good story.
And Rudy, he's already out.
Hey, you know what? I've seen his football movie. He's doing good for himself.
Yeah, Rudy, murderer, rapist guy.
Murderer, rapist.
Burglar.
Football.
Acquitted. He was acquitted on the burglary.
Yeah.
Is out.
Former mayor of New York.
Exactly. Out.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's already served his time.
Hey, he's probably taking trains all over. No ticket.
Anyway, Scott.
Thank you for informing me about all that.
Yeah. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. It was like a story time.
And this has been the
with Tim and Scott Murder Edition.
Mystery. Murder Edition.
Amanda Knox Edition. We'll be back with more murders. Eventually, we'll be back with another murder.
The good thing about murders is they keep happening.
Plenty.
Yep. All right.
Guys, be safe out there. Don't get HIV. Don't get murdered.
Be safe. Stay cool. With Tim and Scott.